Peace. And everybody in listening range, once again, and back on the scene, it's your man, once again, DL Smith, the Giant Killer. And word up, I'm back again with another installment job. Word Life One in the house. Word Life Movement in the place to be. And you already know what it is. But yo, check it out, man. I've been on a crucial journey yet again, and I've come to the conclusion of one particular teaching that I wanted to, bring to the forefront right here today. That has been really, bewildering in my spirit at this point in time. I came across an idea that a teaching that I had got a long time ago, and a lot of things, that I've seen, that I've experienced, in like the past maybe couple of months or so, is that, the conclusion was really like this right here. It's a lot of people, within this spiritual journey, within this spiritual walk that many, are going through and whatever pillar that you're under right about now in the spiritual journey, wherever you're at right about now in the spiritual journey. I got one teaching that's going to bridge off, and that's going to challenge you, in every dimension, and where you're at right about now within your faith walk, no matter what part you're in, or no matter, what you might be, dealing with at this point in time. But yo, there's something Yeshua said a long time ago, but to date back, to even go further back, my man Moses had dropped off something that was real startling, to the children of Israel. And if you go back and check Deuteronomy 6 and 5, it's talking about where he says, where he proclaims to the people, he says, here it is, y'all, there's so many words for you to do this one thing. And this was way after, the laws were put into place, the tablets and so forth were put into place. He said, but here's one main thing that you're going to have to do. A couple of things you're going to have to do. He said, you're going to have to do this. He said, you're going to have to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your strength. And that right there is what's going to capitalize you, the believer, and anybody else, that's still trying to find their place, within this spiritual walk right here. This right here is going to set you up, to be more empowered than you've ever been. And the casual argument, right about now is everybody wants to be right. Everybody wants to prove a point. Everybody, want to bring more facts instead of truth to the table. And I have something that I always, when I'm always rapping to people, when I'm always breaking down, the science of the gospel, I always break down with this one statement right here that shakes up a lot of people, and at the same time it gives them a challenge of saying this right here, and it goes something like this. I said, yo, facts are fickle, facts change, but truth lasts always. And here it is, everybody's trying to come up with this common argument about who's right, who's wrong, who got this set up, who got that set up, who took this away, who put this in, dig this, man. It's cool, that people, maybe coming into a new acknowledgement, of something that they've never known. And also, it's also cool that whatever that you already have, that's good too, whatever that you might have experienced out of the walk, and what you might have, been blessed with, and the results, that have came, from whatever you've learned and whatever you've been taught. But this right here, the love of God, is the foundation. I'm going to say that one more time. The love of God is the foundation to any and all things that you may be trying to conquer, that you may be trying to, get over the hump with, that, you may be trying to, gain that empowerment with. If you don't have the love of God, the agape, which means which translated means a gripping onto. If you don't have this, if you don't have God in you, then guess what? Everything that you're trying to do, and you've heard me say this before, whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to conquer, whatever you're trying to beat up on, whatever you're trying to get the enemy to move out of your way with, guess what? If you don't have the love of God, you're useless. You don't have anything. Because this is the foundation to everything. Matter of fact, it is who He is. The Bible proclaims that God is love. Yes, I said it. And a lot of folks, you know what I'm saying, I also found out that a lot of people ain't talking about this. They're not talking about the love of God. They're talking about lost lineages and they're talking about, you know what I'm saying, taking certain things away, and they're adding certain things, you know what I'm saying, and a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they're preaching on the prosperity, they're preaching on the faith, they're preaching on the confidence, they're preaching on self-esteem issues, they're preaching on ways for you to capitalize in every other area, but mainly this is what the mass majority needs to be talking about: the love of God. The love of God, the love of Yahshua, the love of God, the love of Yah Himself, the love of the Master Himself, who He is. And you'll find throughout the Word of God, and you'll find out through every other teaching that you may get, that the word love is in there. A matter of fact, a matter of truth, I may say, a matter of truth and speaking, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, have not based their spiritual walk in the love of God. Many will come, but few are chosen. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you ain't trying to map yourself in this love, if you're not trying to put yourself, you know what I'm saying, in the foundation of this love, then guess what? Your stuff is in vain, Jack. I mean, really, I'm telling you what it is right now. If you ain't trying to build yourself up in this love, if you're not trying to build yourself up in the agape, guess what? You're useless. And you may say, well, how can you say such thing? The word, I didn't say it, the word said it. And then Yeshua comes later on, and he tells the Hebrews, he tells them, he said, check it out. He said, I'm going to tell y'all one more time. He said, look here, I didn't come to take away the law, I came to fulfill it. He said, I'm going to give you an old one, but it's yet a new one to a lot of y'all. He said, here it is once again, to love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. And in one translation, it says with all your mind, it says with your intellect. Now mind you, that the head game is one part, but the heart game is a whole nother other. And the heart game ain't the cardiovascular organ here. It is the spirit of a man. It is the man's inner being. It is what's been programmed in a man since the time of birth. And everybody knows that, you know, if you read the word long enough, if you go into just about every other book in the Bible, it says that none are righteous. Listen here, I don't care what you're trying to get yourself up in. I don't care how many teachings you got. I don't care how many times you meet the service. I don't care how many times you may go out in the street and get on the soapbox. I'm going to tell you right now, this is synonymous to anybody that's in listening range. If you are not if you're not born again, and if you don't have the love that is shed abroad on your heart, given to you by the Holy Spirit, hey, guess what? Your walk is in vain. I will be the first, and it will be more pleasing for me to tell you. If you don't have the love of God in you, man, if you don't have the love of God in you, sister, if you don't have the love of God in you, but yet you making all the ritualistic practice and going through the motions of what you think it is, then guess what? If you ain't wrapped in this love, He don't know you. Because the point is, you got to change the heart value, the spiritual value, and then once you change the spiritual value, then guess what? This is when love has entered your heart. This is when God has entered your spirit. This is when God has taken everything that He's taken and planted inside of you, mere human being man, you. Yeah, you living soul, you. Yeah, you walking, breathing human being. He done put a part of Himself in you. so that you can be an example. And yet, once again, to be in his image, or what? Imitation. Ephesians 5:1 says you got to be an imitator. You have to be imitators like that of little children. You got to be imitators. You got to imitate your daddy. You got to imitate Abba. Otherwise, if you whatever else that you're imitating, guess what? You doing it in vain. You walking backwards with the lights off. Check it out. This is real talk. You know what I'm saying? The love of God is the foundation to the faith. It is the foundation to the prosperity, although 3/4 of it may work for some, and then the whole degree might work for some. But I do believe if you mold yourself into love long enough, the results are going to come regardless of what timing you may think it's on. But in that chronos moment, which means God timing, which in the God timing, when it comes, you'll know, because when you're walking into love, all hell break loose, all hell come your way. Everybody that's going to oppose you will come your way. But mind you, there's a more radical part to this. And Yeshua said it best. He said, you have to love your enemies. You have to love your enemies. You have to love the people that have hurt you, dogged you out, used you, beat you down, torn you down mentally, spiritually, whatever way you find necessary. You have to love. You have to get him involved. You have to become like your daddy. You got to become love. Right on. This is what it is right here. Word Life Movement don't play around, man. You know what I'm saying? This right here is where it's all at. Like I said, it's all good. Coming into new knowledge, coming into new understanding, getting prime wisdom, getting what you getting out of it, getting everything that you can get out of it. But mind you this, if you're not walking in love, and that's the name of this series, the Love Walk Development, aka Agape's Attack. This is part 1. And check it out, man. Matter of fact, I'm gonna be banging on this for the rest of the year, man. The love of God. You get in the scriptures, you start meditating in this, you start walking in this, and I guarantee you, once you do, and once you come into the prime understanding that you're coming into his way of being by walking in the love, you can't fail. You can't fail, man. There is a sweatless victory here. You cannot lose. And yo, that's it for me right now, man. Yo, check it out, man. Everybody, go back, check out my YouTube page. Check out this will be the 19th upload. Hit me off on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Hit me off on Facebook. I'm all over the map, baby, and I'm doing it all for the kingdom. And check it out, man. I love y'all. Peace. God bless.